Welcome to Periodic Square Notes. These are the notes to go with the Science Inquiry packet at Skyforks High School. So, I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay, so subatomic particles, this is a little bit of review and before the notes. There's 3 subatomic particles. Sub means smaller than or below. Atomic means atom. So subatomic particles are smaller than atoms. There are 3 of them that make up atoms. I'm going to draw a few right here. There are protons, neutrons, and electrons. I'll draw a few of these guys. Alright, so the ones that are all colored in this diagram are neutrons. The ones that have little plus signs are protons. And these little bitty guys down here are electrons. Where'd they go? Now, electrons are very negative. They are a negative charge of -1. Protons are +1, and neutrons are neutral. They don't have a charge. These guys, as you can tell, are really big. So it's 1 AMU for a mass. The protons are also 1 AMU for a mass. And electrons, no mass. Don't have a mass. Alright, a little bit of review. We're going to end up drawing them a little bit more. So when you look at a periodic table, you kind of see something like this guy right here. In periodic table, this thing is always the name. You got a number, some kind of abbreviation, and another number. And what do those mean? So this is always a name. This number is called the atomic number. Where it represents the number of protons, this abbreviation here isn't always going to be the first couple letters of the thing. A lot of the times it is. This is called the symbol, and it's called that this one's Na because of the original language that it was discovered in. So we're going to call it Na. Notice that that is not an N and a capital A. Make sure it's not a capital A. And if it was a capital A, it would be saying N for nitrogen and A for another atom. Okay. So now we're down to the 22.98 down here at the bottom. This is the average atomic mass. Let's see if I can write that there. This is the average atomic mass, where you remember back here where we said these two have mass. So the average mass is those two put together. So let me fix that. Oh. So we've got protons plus neutrons equals the mass of the entire particle. Alright, so let's draw this guy. Draw a Bohr diagram of this element. So we need to figure out how many protons, neutrons, and electrons the sodium atom has. This, remember, the 11 tells you exactly how many protons it is. So you don't need to worry about that. That's the easiest part because that tells you how many protons. Pen again. Alright, so we have 11 protons. Now, in this kind of diagram, you don't need to draw 11 little circles. Don't worry about it. But, how many neutrons do we have? We know how many protons, and we also know that the mass, this average mass we're going to round, is the protons plus the neutrons. So if we have 23 minus 11, that'll give us the number of neutrons, which is 12. Alright, so we got 12 neutrons. For everything we're going to be doing for the next week, say, everything's going to be a neutral atom. Neutral means that the positives end up canceling out the negatives. Here we've got 11 positives, 11 protons. So we need another 11 electrons to cancel those out. There's an electron, but only 2 fit on the first electron ring. Draw another one. 8 can fit on this one. 2 and 8 is only 10. We need 11, so we need to draw another ring and put an 11th on there. What does the Bohr show? This diagram right here that we just drew is called the Bohr diagram. And this diagram shows how many neutrons and protons are in the nucleus. It also shows how many electrons the atom has, how many energy levels the atom has, and on what energy levels those electrons are on. The Lewis dot, on the other hand, starts out much simpler. You don't have to draw nearly as much for a Lewis dot. This one, just start out with a symbol. Notice again that that little a has to be lowercase. And this one, all you have to do is draw the number of electrons on the outside shell. And since this guy, this is the only one on the outside shell, all you have to draw is 1. What does the Lewis dot show? Well, we just talked about it. This diagram shows the symbol of the element. Here's the symbol. And the number of valence electrons. The valence electron right there. And that's our valence. That valence electron is going to have everything to do with chemistry. That is why all of chemistry happens. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am out.